We got to do the autoboxing stuff here. So this is actually this is pure. Oh, George could explain. This is pure syntactic sugar. This is all about just making the syntax easier, but not changing anything under the hood. Because it says collections can contain objects, but you can have a collection of integers. So that's what they're saying. Yeah, you can't have a collection of ints, but you can have a collection of integers. So we convert our ints and integers, and that used to be painful, but now it's trivial. See here, this is, again, he went through the pain, so he's got to show you. You used to have to wrap it in an integer, and then to convert it to an int, you call .int value. But now you just say, integer equals 38, or this is an integer type, and we just assign it to int, and it happens automatically. And of course, it's the same bytecodes under the hood. I don't think they changed anything. But there we are. So a list of integer now. Now, when you make your generic type, you have to say the wrapper class. Okay, you can't say a list of int. You have to say a list of integer. But that's really not a band and a oh, okay. Yeah. So it's like having guitar. What do they call it on the Mac? It's Guitar Hero or whatever. No, that's not what it is. GarageBand, yeah, like GarageBand on my Mac, which I've never started up, but my son assures me is something I'd care about.
Right.
Yeah, of course he doesn't want to use GarageBand. He wants to use the real expensive, powerful, Pro Tools or whatever. But he's probably right. At any rate, the point is you make a list of the wrapper class type, list of integer. Ages is a new array list of integer, and then you could just add ints, and you could even say for int age in age, for each int age in ages, you could just print that out. 65 minus age. Well, assuming I guess that the economy improves enough, if everything is improved by then maybe, And again, he's got to show you the old way, which you can feel free to ignore now. This thing you might want to be aware of. This is a cast. So this says the reference was of type object because that's all ArrayList held was object. So this is casting it to integer type and then invoking int value. If you haven't seen too many casts, that's what they look like. Oh, 62 in Arizona? Sweet. Huh. Yeah, I don't, I don't think I'll, I hear you, again, when I was in a company, the retirement age was really based on how many years of service and how many years away can I get so that I still get the healthcare benefits. It all came down to the healthcare benefits. So 62, huh? I bet I'm probably going to have to work that long. So okay, so this is the new stuff. Generics is now used with the type safe collection so that you don't have to cast them on the way out. They do talk about now you don't have to worry about putting the wrong thing in a collection, but I can tell you for all the years I used Java, I never accidentally put the wrong thing in a collection. But it's nice to get rid of the casting on taking them out. The autoboxing allowed you to put what look like primitives inside of collections. That's good. And the for each loop meant we don't have to deal with iterators anymore. We just walk through our collection and we get all the information we want out of it. So that's really helpful. That's really nice. So they talk about the old way. If you don't specify the generic, then you can only put in objects, and Eclipse will warn you. Eclipse will say, wait a minute, you really want to specify a generic type. So I'm just saying that I agree with him on this. You may actually see that in older code, but hopefully not. And then we'll talk about it when we get to Groovy. So again, they're showing the old version. See, you used to have to make an array list and add in a string and a television, and then when you went to cast, this is going to throw a class cast exception when you try to cast a television into a string. It's just going to fail automatically.